Welcome back. Helping people grow and transform and succeed, that's the focus of a new podcast hosted by world-renowned leadership expert Payal Nanjiani. The award-winning author is here live to share how each episode will inspire you to awaken the leadership within you. Great to have you back on the program, Payal. Listen, as we've come through this pandemic, it's been a really difficult couple of years. Are you finding leadership skills are more valuable now more than ever?
Oh, absolutely, Ken. Thank you so much for inviting me here. And yes, spot on to your question. It has been a lot of turbulence around the world when it comes to leadership and their success.
You know, you've been at this for more than 20 years now. You have experience helping leaders and organizations succeed. How do you tap into someone's leadership capabilities?
Oh, well, I think leadership is something that doesn't happen because of someone's skill sets, but we actually try to see how they are transforming their thinking and their performance. So, here's something that I always say, Ken, that your leadership is only 20% of your skill set and 80% of the person behind the skill set, which is you. And that's how we want to tap in to see, how are you thinking? How are you performing? What's your mindset like? Not just based on your skills.
Yeah, because a lot of us focus on our skills and not really tapping into that
Absolutely.
new mindset that you just mentioned. So tell us about the new leadership podcast and what listeners can expect.
Oh, so this is a leadership and personal growth podcast, and it is now recently ranked in the global 10%. And, through this podcast, we have many resources. There are interviews of prominent CEOs and executives in the world. These CEOs come on this podcast. It's called the Payal Nanjiani Leadership Podcast. And they share their experience with everyone, what they have learned. We have Ask Payal, where we do coaching. We have challenges. We have Leadership in a Minute. The entire framework, Ken, is based on helping people to transform their thinking and performance so that they can grow at whatever they are doing, whatever work they are doing in the corporate, in the business world. That's where we are heading to.
I definitely feel your passion for this subject. One of the things I enjoy about journalism is that I get to meet new people. I learn new things every day. And as you mentioned, you're going one-on-one with some of the world's most accomplished people. How is it impacting you?
Oh, in a big way. I have, you won't believe it. I have changed my own thinking and perspective to such an extent because these are the people who have, walked that path, and they can tell you exactly what to expect, and you can tweak it in your environment. But they are the ones who are telling you, hey, look, if you're failing, it's okay. Or, if you're going in another direction, it's fine. You bring yourself back, and this is how you bring yourself back. So you start feeling that, hey, the people who we are seeing up there have gone through so much, which we don't read about on the public domains. And I think that's what has changed me personally in my own thinking and my own framework.
What's the biggest obstacle that stops us from tapping into those leadership capabilities?
I think one of the biggest obstacles is that we really lack our leadership mindset. So, for example, we try to look at others and we feel, hey, if this is how it's done, we should do it in the same way. Versus when these CEOs come on this podcast, they are saying, hey, look, you know what, this is how it's done, but you do not take the same thing. You know how to tweak it and put it in your environment. So I think one of the biggest obstacles we all face is we do not believe in ourselves. We completely do not believe in ourselves, but we look at the outer environment and we feel, hey, everything is outside, whereas success is so much within us.
All right. Really quickly, where can we subscribe and get that podcast?
The podcast is available, Ken, on all major podcasts, on iHeart, on Apple, everywhere, and even now on Alexa worldwide. And of course, it's on my website also, which is payalnanjiani.com. And people benefit from it by tapping into their own leadership and personal growth.
Leadership expert Payal Nanjiani, always great to see you. All the best.
Thank you so much, Ken.